We're going to show you a legit practice session today using Shawn as our demo. We've got Trackman, we've got gears in here, we've got force plates.
I hit that one right, I'm going to close the face. I hit that one left, I'm going to try to turn more. I hit that one right, I'm going to flip the face over.
They'll use Trackman to calibrate their carry distance for wherever environment they're in. This is Trackman for the body.
You're too bent over.
Amazing!
I know.
I'm not going to hit balls anymore without this setup.
So from #1 player in the world on down, we all have bad tendencies that will creep in. We aren't constantly challenging them. One of the biggest differences we see between the professionals we watch play on TV and the rest of us is actually how we practice. Their practice habits, how they go about processing the information and feedback is so much less sexy than what you would think it is. It's just very methodical, very boring. We're going to show you a legit practice session today using Shawn as our demo. We've got the Swing Coach app going, so you're going to hear the feedback. He's going to hear the feedback. And then we're going to show you how to go about actually practicing a swing change. Now, first thing you want to notice is we've got Trackman, we've got gears in here, we've got force plates. We have all of that turned on.
Yeah, and we've got a foam ball in our hands.
And a foam ball, and we're just hitting into a net because our focus today is on working on the actual mechanics of your movement.
Yeah, we're not super worried about the ball flight yet.
Okay.
That will come, but we need to dial in these movements of the body and the club. We'll get to the ball flight later, but right now, let's remove that so it's easier just to focus on the movements.
This is where the first deviation between great players and the rest of us happens is we'll go to a range, we'll get our large bucket of balls, all the best intent driving to the range to be concentrated on what we're working on. And then 5 balls into it, we're trying to make, oh, that was a terrible shot. That was a terrible shot. Start adjusting to the shots. And then you waste an hour and a half of practice time by just exercising.
You're just exercising, and all you've had is what we call a react to the last ball practice session.
It's not practice.
It's just, I hit that one right, I'm going to close the face. I hit that one left, I'm going to try to turn more. I hit that one right, I'm going to flip the face over. I hit that one too high, I'm going to try. It's just to react to the last ball.
And you may see it today. He may make the movements he's trying to make and hit a horrific shot just because they are new movements.
And it doesn't really bother me a whole lot.
It shouldn't.
In fact, sometimes I don't mind it at all because I'm like, well, that has to be totally different because I just whiffed that shot.
Because your body, your feel for impact is not going to be the same if you change 1, 2, or 3 things. So you've got to allow yourself time to adjust to get the ball where you want it to go. We're going to focus today on making a change. So first thing we're going to have Shawn do is just hit a shot.
Yeah. And I'm just going to take my stock shot. I'm not trying to rip the cover off the ball, but, you know, normal-ish speed swing. I kind of know my tendencies a little bit.
Good swing.
Okay, so he's got a good swing.
So
that's not a surprise.
We have it set right now. It depends on what we have it set on, right?
We have it set on one parameter, but we're going to pull up, and you guys are going to see this as it's happening live. So we're going to pull up his swing review.
Yeah, so whatever parameter that we just
had so right there we just had it on hand path at the top. And he did that well. So we're going to look at the rest of his parameters so he knows how to practice today. Okay, this is perfect. This is what I see when we play together on the golf course.
Yeah, full swing summary, right?
Full swing summary. The first thing is inside takeaway by 3.
That's me.
Halfway back, shallow by 3.
Okay.
Halfway down, shallow by 1. Delivery, shallow by 1. And we know when speed starts to ramp up, especially as the clubs get longer, that inside takeaway for you starts to turn into 2 under.
It does. I get 2 under. I start hitting blocks and hooks. That's the story of my life.
Okay, so this is perfect.
Yeah.
We're going to put on, let's go. We're going to go takeaway and halfway back. So we're just going to go 2 parameters.
With the club plane?
Club plane.
Okay.
Yep, swing plane. I'm going to give you one caveat to that.
Okay.
I've got all of the setup parameters turned on.
Ah.
This is where you and I both have to constantly stay on top of.
So I love this feature of the Swing Coach because it tells me that my knees are too bent a lot of the times, and that's my big problem when I get under pressure on the golf course. I tend to bend my knees way too much.
Which will affect what we're trying to work on.
So basically, once I get in here and get set up, I'll do one with my knees too bent just to show.
Let's do it right now.
Yeah, so.
Your knees are too bent.
So to me, when I get on the golf course,
that probably felt normal.
It's just I hunker down, kind of I call
right.
it. And then once I get in there, glance at the camera.
Your knees are too bent.
I'll straighten them up.
Okay, I'll get out of the way. So we're going to go takeaway and halfway back as our focus.
Good setup.
Now I know I'm ready. So very little bit of knee flex
You're
for
not
me.
bent over enough.
It feels like it's very little knee flex.
She doesn't know you're shooting a video.
No, and I'm ready to go. So there we go. And then I'm going to try
Good setup.
to make a swing plane that's not as inside.
Okay.
Club at takeaway on plane. Club at halfback, steep by 1.
Okay, so you actually did what you were trying to do. Feel-wise, what did you have to feel that was different than your norm?
So I think what I end up doing, I know
Your wrists are too straight.
I end up over bending my wrist, extending my right wrist, and kind of bowing my lead wrist.
We have a takeaway video, good for the watch.
Yeah, I need to watch that video. So on that one, I felt like my wrist angles didn't change as much.
Okay.
And I had a little bit of upward motion with this trail arm, maybe just a little folding of the elbow to get some lift in the club. Because I tend to keep the head of the club a little low, which can sit inside. And then halfway back, I felt it a little more pointed at the ball line.
Okay. So you've tried it once, and you've done it right once. You've actually done the opposite halfway back. You said it was shallow by 3, you're steep by 1.
Now, interestingly enough, that setup made it a lot easier to do.
That's exactly right. You
that's
headed me off at the pass there.
Sorry, my bad.
So let's do it again. This is practice. We're going to see how many times we can do that movement and try to ingrain it.
Your knees are too bent.
There we go, right? The default.
Good setup.
All right, I'm going to,
Good swing.
don't move. I think we lost one of our cameras. Let me
No.
double check.
We got the good swing.
Well, we're waiting.
All right, so that's live recording for you. One camera went down.
We're back.
We'll have it on the backup over there on the iPhone, but I believe it said good swing. So that's 2 corrective good swings in a row.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it again. Let's keep going. We're going to try to stack these up. Then we'll check the summary
Your knees
again.
are too bent. Your wrists are too hinged.
Ah.
Good setup.
So that one, I had my hands too low. So I have a tendency to do that sometimes too.
And what we're seeing right now, and you even said it while we were changing out the batteries, is this was much more difficult before the setup feature came in because you want to tend to get down in there and come inside.
It's hard to know if you're set up with the right amount of knee bend.
Because setup's one of those things that just gradually happens and it just feels normal. Like you don't set up this way one day and this way the next. It's over time, it kind of creeps
crawl.
in. It's a slow burn.
All right,
All right,
see if
so
I
the
can.
setup deal
Good setup.
has
There we
been
go.
a huge.
And then my feeling is kind of that with the arms, like a little bit of up, a little, not much wrist, and just turning.
Okay.
Good swing.
Okay, so we've got
got
3
the
good
feel.
swings at, what do you think percentage-wise your
man.
speed is at right now?
25.
25%.
Yeah.
Okay, again, we're just talking feels.
And that's where I really hit a lot of practice balls at that pace.
Right.
You've seen me do it a million times.
Okay.
Gives me a feel.
So at the entrance of not having you all have to watch a full-length practice session, we're going to accelerate it. So he's going to do a number of those, and I got full confidence he can get a number of those good swings on those 2 parameters now is all we're measuring. Takeaway and halfway back. Then we can start to add some speed to it and see if it holds up. If not, we go back down and just keep wearing out those parameters.
And then if I can do it at full speed, I'd be curious to go back to the swing summary and see if anything else broke down.
That's exactly right. That's what we're going to do. So let's add some speed to this now.
I'll go 50%.
Okay?
Good setup. Good swing.
Okay, good.
All right, let's keep
All
it
right, let's
going.
keep pushing it.
You know, the setup really is the key to this.
Well,
for
we're going to
me.
turn that off in a minute.
Good setup.
Probably 75.
Club at takeaway inside by 1.
That's
Okay.
probably my playing
Club
speed.
at halfback on plane.
And this is where we all get in trouble. So made a couple of slower speed ones on the money. And let's say we drive out to Disney and tee it up. You aren't going to play at those slower speeds.
No,
So as soon as it ramps up, it's going to start working in. So now let's develop the feel to counter that tendency at higher speeds.
I'm going to go opposite.
Okay.
A little bit.
Going to try to go out.
A little bit this way as I go fast.
Okay.
I'm going to try to stay at
Good
75.
setup. Good
I
swing.
did it. So
Okay.
that feels, I'd be curious to see how that looked. But That's a more of an outward and around feeling, like, picturing the club going a little more that way, up with the handle instead of low and in with the hands or the club head.
Okay, you feeling out wasn't out.
Right.
Because she would have said out by 1 or out
Yeah.
by 2 or whatever. So this is how you gauge now, okay, I can make this swing all day in practice, right? Now when I go to the first tee, my buddy films me, it doesn't look like the same swing. It's because your feels haven't adjusted to the higher swing speed yet. You just adjusted it and you thought it was going to be out.
Yeah.
It was dead on.
It's
All right, let's try to do one at game speed now.
all right. It's probably just a hair faster. I mean, I'm not ever swinging 100% with it,
Exactly.
especially like an 8-iron in my hand. But I'll go.
Okay, we got what is it? Number 3 at Disney.
Yeah, 3.
Okay, par 3.
So like, make my normal pass at it here.
Good setup. Good swing.
Did it?
Okay, perfect. So
I know
that's
my
a great
feel.
way to calibrate your feels for that speed today.
Yeah, that's today, and this is the daily practice.
Now, if you keep doing that, you're going to get better at blending those motions. And then maybe 2 weeks from now, if you come trying to feel more out after you've gotten 2 weeks better at blending those, you'll probably start to get more out.
You might give too far out.
Right, and then she'll say maybe outside takeaway by 2. Then you can start to peel away that exaggerated motion.
I mean, in my mind, even like a PGA Tour player will have this on the range because it will keep them in the rails.
That's exactly right.
Because the coach's not going to be there all the time.
Well, we sleep differently. Maybe I got a sore neck when I woke up. My back's stiff. They'll use Trackman to calibrate their carry distance for wherever environment they're in. This is Trackman for the body.
Trackman
So
for the body.
It calibrates you so you're constantly adjusting your feels.
Imagine if I got a sore back and I just kind of like hunch over too much and my hands are too low.
Let me get out of the way. She's seeing me.
See if it'll
You're too bent over.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, just
And that can
amazing.
happen. I know that happens to me all the time. You just wake up with the back not feeling great. And you just find comfort and wondering why I ain't moving right.
Yeah, you're not hitting it good that day because you're bent over another 10 degrees. It's imperceptible.
So I think we both recognize the setup for you, and probably applies to a lot of golfers, I know it does for me, is making that change much easier than if we just were out there and you just had a bucket of balls.
I'm not going to hit balls anymore without this setup.
So what I'm going to do
on.
is turn the setup feedback off,
Okay.
and we'll see if you can start to find those same movements.
Okay.
I'm just going to turn all those parameters off, and you're going to have to try to find that setup now. Okay.
Yeah, and for my own practice, I'm not going to do it without it ever.
There's no reason to, right?
No.
You want that feedback. You want to drill that into
But
your...
I kind of have the feel. It feels like to me, and this will be helpful to anyone watching as well. It feels like a forward bend of the hip, like with hip hinge of the torso, and just barely cracking my knees. That puts myself like in a pretty good
You're in a
great.
good spot.
Yeah.
Swing when ready. Good swing.
Okay, so we
got the feel.
right away. The speed one there. Let's do one at the same game time speed.
That was probably 3/4.
Yeah.
Club at takeaway on plane.
Oh.
Club at halfback, shallow by 1.
Okay.
A little
That
under.
you
yeah.
can play with that.
Yeah. I'm
It
okay
went
with
from
that.
shallow by 3 and inside by 3.
Yeah.
And again, better players, those tolerances are going to be tighter. If you're just learning to swing or really struggling with swing issues, it may be inside by 7 or steep by 8. Like tour players are going to be in tight tolerances. Better players are going to be in tight tolerances. Those are just going to expand. But the feedback is the important
It's
part.
crazy.
Because your expectation for a shot is going to be dependent on how well you can keep repeating these movements.
Interestingly enough, and I'm just thinking back, I don't know what that looked like, to be honest, but what I'll tend to do sometimes on a hard shot, right before I swing, I'll kind of bop
Hunker
my
down.
knees down, and then I'm right back. So I'm going to definitely leave this setup feedback on all the time, and then I'm going to try to be fairly cognizant of making sure my swing trigger isn't adding knee flex, because that gets me going in again. So
You want something, even if you don't use the swing coach, it's such an available, easy tool to use. You want something that challenges your bad tendencies.
Yeah.
From number 1 player in the world on down, we all have bad tendencies that will creep in if we aren't constantly challenging them. So you need a source of reliable, unbiased, non-emotional feedback. which usually isn't us.
No.
We don't feel things correctly, or certainly not at real time. So give the app a try. Swing Coach. You can get it on the App Store. You can click below. Get a 2-week free trial, I believe.
Yeah, you guys are going to love this thing.
If you have an Apple phone, it was coming to Android soon. Give it a try. I think you're really going to be impressed with what it can do.
And face-on feedback coming soon, which
Coming
is going
soon
to be
as
a
well.
whole nother bunch of parameters to help you guys play better golf.